Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist that is now going to be taking place on December 15th. So in just 5 days, it just got updated today. But if you're excited about a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist, you want to see some new cards in the game, drop a like on this video because hopefully we're going to be creating a lot of new content with these new ban lists over here. But anyways, first off, let's go and hop right into it. This is my first impressions, my thoughts on the newer ban list, my reaction. So let's go ahead and start off with the first card I already see, the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, which is a newly banned card. So I would say this is a good change for those of you guys that don't remember what the heck this does. Well, it says one player can't summon from the extra deck, and that's a pretty big deal in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think that when one player can just play Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a little bit unfair. I've already talked about lots of times with, you know, True King of all calamities, and then on top of that, any variance of just locking your opponent out with like S0. It's just not what I consider an ideal game for interactive gameplay between two players. It's more solitaire. So I'd say that's a good change overall. Is that the only card? Oh wait, oh, Link Cross, okay. You know, honestly, I'm not a fan of like the combo decks that just go on for way too long, and Link Cross is one of those cards. So overall, I'd say this is another positive change. I like it. And then Halki Fibrax is not on this list unless they change the limit on how many you can play. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. As long as there's still one, that's all that matters for that. It's just that I feel like too many of these decks open up with these boards are just like Appaloosa, Bow the Goddess, or I got 4 negates here, and then you want to go ahead and do anything? Nope, sorry. Again, same idea with this. And I think these are, again, great changes overall, but Halki Fibrax probably should have been on this list as well. Maybe they'll hit something else, but that is all that's banned. Oh, no, we got Smoke Grenade of the Thief. That's kind of an interesting choice change. I mean, obviously with cards like the... was it Trap Dust Shoe when I used to play back in the day? Trap Dust Shoe was one of the best cards going first. Opening up Trap Dust Shoe gave you such a huge advantage. Sometimes people would even just hold on to Trap Dust Shoe and wait for people to go ahead and use, you know, Heavy Storm, Churnade when they go for their big plays. Being able to see what your opponent has is absolutely huge in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just in any day. But, you know, that's only kind of limited to one deck, I would say. It was like this old, like, you know, Infernal Knight deck. But, you know, Inzectors are going to be getting some new support, guys, so maybe this could be a reason. Smoke Insectors were a thing in the past, so maybe the new Insector support is going to be really strong, and this would just make it too OP. I'm trying to also think about like things in the future, but as far as what this does, there's not going to be a new deck that emerges out of any of these ban lists, so far at least. What we have shown. So that's it for ban. Okay, so Halki Fibrax lives another day. All right, surprising. And then the True King of all calamities is still not, you know, hit. VFD still going to be in the game as well. And then on top of that, as far as limited, is anything now limited? No, there's nothing, nothing, not one card got limited. Okay, I was expecting Dinos to take a hit, and let me know, guys, if you feel like Dinos should have been a deck that could have been hit. I think that would have been a deck that I could easily see be hit, but I guess my Dino deck is safe. And then for other cards, you know, I've been really wanting Mally to go to 3. I just really wanted to, ever since Stratos went to 3. You know, it was really good with the Nemesis cards as well. But the True King's return going from the semi-limited to limited, I guess like it helps them a little bit, but is it really going to make that deck that OP or super strong and S tier? I would say no, in my personal opinion. And then we also have no longer on the list, so these are cards now at 3. We have Seer, Melbranch, the Burning Abyss, no longer on the list. It was semi-limited at 2. Graph. I mean, does this really make the deck super strong? I mean, it definitely helps out. I personally really like having Graph and Seer at 3, but on top of that, have they been doing really hot in the most recent of time? I would say no. There's a lot of other like level 3 cards that people were running anyways due to the datascapes anyways, so I feel like it doesn't really matter that much putting these at 3. That's my thought. And then we have Mind August over here. Now, if you guys didn't know, there is a Mind August like loop. There's a lot of loops in Yu-Gi-Oh! That just got like axed before they even had the chance. And Gishkis was one of those. Before these were even playable, they actually got hit. So this no longer been on the list. I mean, because of so many hand traps nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's a lot more difficult to pull off. With the ABC Dragon Buster, even though we are technically getting that new support for like the Arm Dragon, ZW Cannon, like realistically, is it easy to pull those things off? No. With Ojama ABCs too, like that's coming out later in the future. There is like the Ojama Pink, and I guess that kind of helps out the deck a little bit, but at the end of the day, was it something that I was really worried about at the moment? No. And even going to maximum, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, it definitely helps the deck, but I think the biggest change over here that will actually kind of make an impact on the game, if they even release more Ice Barrier support in the future, because this card over here, the Totally Awesome, is just no longer on the list, and it was semi-limited over here. I feel like when it's at 1, it is pretty rough, but when it's at triple, lets you obviously play Paleo, but like I'm just not a fan against playing against that deck just because it takes so dang long. But anyways, guys, that's it for the ban list. So in terms of my thoughts, I don't really feel like too many insane changes. Dragon Link, there's still lots of ways to play with that deck, and I think that everything that was kind of meta was still going to be seeing some play. There's nothing I felt like that would really emerge out of this, but I would say overall these are small little changes that I think are what I would consider great for the game. I think a lot of people wanted the card to completely go away, Halki Fibrax, but let me know, guys, down below in the comment section below what you think of this ban list. Is it good? Is it a bad ban list? Is there really anything that's going to be emerging out of it? For me, like, I was, in fact, I was going to make a ban list prediction video, but obviously it's a little bit too late for that at this point. But I really wanted to see something re-emerge out of the game that we haven't seen in a long time, just so we could go ahead and play with something new, because there's nothing that emerged out of this. I mean, yeah, we kind of hit some stuff, but I think what Yu-Gi-Oh really needed to do is see some older stuff, to see some play, to get people really excited. But some of these cards are so OP that, like, bringing them back into the game might cause people to get really upset. But we always have those wild cards. Remember, guys, when we had what was it, Snatch Steal come back into the game, then it was banned. Like, I feel like we didn't have a wild card this time in terms of like one thing coming back. Like, for example, if like Kaiser Coliseum came back, or just something to come back to make players that were playing like a previous deck to really get excited about. There's just really nothing here, or anything to make people, like, you know, obviously, like in my thumbnail, like, what am I supposed to play here? Okay, the ban Link Cross. That's about like the only like huge real change that I think a lot of people will be maybe upset about or glad about. But like I said, curious to know what your thoughts are down below. But anyways, thanks for tuning, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here and want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh ban lists, as soon as they come out, I'll be updating you guys on that in the future. But subscribe, turn on the bell, and I'll definitely see more content coming very soon with the new ban list, which is basically no changes for me in most of my decks. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I'm signing out. Peace.